And focusing in on business news, in his State of the Nation address, President Jacob Zuma has highlighted that wealth is created through the internet or telecommunications. Well, this is good news for a country that is facing high levels of youth unemployment. In light of this, a private company, Fibreco Telecommunications, has launched a fibre optic training program in East London to produce technicians able to install and repair optic fibre at a local level. This initiative is meant to prepare young people for business opportunities in the ICT sector. Well, this morning we're joined in studio by Mr. Andile Ngcaba, who is the chairman of the Fibre Telecommunications company, to tell us a little bit more about this. It's good to have you. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning, Leah.
All right, for the benefit of viewers and for the benefit of people that are not too sure of exactly what optic fibre technology is all about, just educate us.
Just briefly, as you probably know, that everybody wants access to high-speed internet, whether in your phone or in your computer. And what drives that at the back of it is optic fibre. Optic fibre is almost what replaces copper cable today.
Yeah.
It's a glass that can carry traffic of communications almost 1 million times more than what copper would do normally. So that's what optic fibre is. If you look alongside the roads today, you will see that there's a lot of digging that's taking place.
Yes.
Yellow, blue pipes being connected. That's what will put the optic fibre. Now that optic fibre has to come to your house. That will then allow almost everything in your house to be connected. Not only, for instance, your computer or your phone, ultimately including your fridge, your curtains, and everything really, so that you can be able to communicate with your house remotely. This is what ultimately optic fibre will do.
Yeah, I mean, it'll revolutionize things
Absolutely.
for us. It honestly will. How's the distribution been? Because I mean, I know I've seen in the streets of Johannesburg digging up all the time. What about the rest of the country? How are we doing?
It's, I mean, it's happening. I mean, the question that, of course, because we have started this a little bit late, people will say that it's a bit slow. I mean, they need it in their homes as soon as possible. It's private sector investments that are doing this mainly to connect as many cities, as many homes, even in the continent, to connect as many countries as possible. I mean, as you might have heard, there's optic fibre connecting most countries in the ocean. Now there's a move to connect countries that have no access to the ocean. It's a lot of work because there is physical digging that you must do alongside the road and ultimately reaching your house.
Okay.
But ultimately, optic fibre will give you high-speed internet connectivity.
And that's what we all want. That's what we're all craving.
Exactly.
But more importantly now is this program that's happening in East London. Talk to us about this, the minimum requirements for students, and what training do they actually receive?
What is happening is that Fibreco has been building fibre from Johannesburg via Bloemfontein to East London and to other parts of the country. Now, every time we reach a major city, for instance, we did this last year in Bloemfontein, where a group of young people from the Free State were trained in order for us to ensure that there are people to repair this fibre when it's damaged, either because of bad weather or maybe through different forms of accidents. So last week, or currently, there's training taking place in East London to train young people in that region so that they can be able, you know, to be entrepreneurs and do work in optic fibre environment. What this requires, I mean, you have to have a diploma in either telecommunications or engineering or information systems, because to understand, you know, the physics of optic fibre, you have to have some minimum level.
Okay, and what is that? What is that
minimum level? Would be a diploma in, say, ICT or any ICT-related course, whether it's a diploma in information technology or electrical engineering.
Okay.
Then people are trained, but we train people to become entrepreneurs. We don't train people to go and look for jobs. We want them to be able to do this work on their own so that they can be subcontracted by companies that build optic fibre on the road, or that companies that build optic fibre into the buildings or optic fibre into different parts of, you know, the infrastructure that generally people use. So that's basically what we do. I mean, optic fibre is going to come to the studio, ultimately. All these copper cables that you see around here will be replaced by optic fibre, so as to allow for high-speed connectivity and to ensure that internet is available ubiquitously everywhere in the country.
All right, and that certainly is the way of the future, the way the world is going. So we need more and more students and the youth in this direction. Very quickly, Andile, before you go, details. How can students, if they're interested in getting involved in this course?
What we do, every time we go to a province, we publish this in the newspapers, on social media. So the program that's running now, all this was done last year. So they will be in the public media, whereby once we start another program, which is probably going to be just before winter. So we will publicly provide information. As yet, we are still running this program. Once we finish, we will then be able to publish all the information.
Okay. All right, good. Andile, thank you very much. Good luck for those that are taking part in East London at the moment in this particular course. Andile Ngcaba is the chairman of Fibreco, talking to us about this fibre optic training program that's currently underway, and that moves all around the country, and it will be advertised if it is coming to your part of South Africa. All right.